Hello and welcome to Casual Leaves. So today I have finally decided to get to the task of my repotting needed for this Anthurium Crystallinum, which you can see is very huge, and I have repotted it quite recently actually, but it's not really working out because it's in red soil and it gets dried up very soon, and I'm not able to keep up with the watering at all, and it's kind of now reached a point where it's damaging the new growth. And if you can see, this is how dry it gets in here, and there was a new growth point here and I had to chop it off. There was new flower which I lost. It kind of just dried up on its own because maybe the watering isn't really good for it. So I have decided to change its soil mix, also because I think I'll be away for a few days, and during that time I don't want the plant to suffer. It's kind of like going all over the place. It has no shape right now, and I think I need to check the roots, so that's what we're going to be doing. Okay, so just that you get a better view, this is how I'm going to place the camera. I'm just going to remove this stick and use it to loosen the roots from the soil. It's all very dried up and the roots are very dried. I can already see it. I should have not waited for so long for this to become like this. Really bad of me. But I'm happy I decided to get onto it now. I think it's really bad right now. Okay. So not once that I watered this plant that this water ever drained out of the drainage hole, which is so wrong of me to ignore. I was just in so much love of this pot, the clay pot, that I let it be. But anyway, let me show you what's going on here. So that's how the root ball is looking. A lot of roots, good health, but all dried up. This is all dried up, so clearly not the right choice of soil, but the roots are good, so not all paradise is lost. But this will do really good in my aroid mix, so let's see how we move into that. Just gonna, wow, look at this root here, amazing. I think the problem was maybe not even the soil, but the clay pot. I think it was the pot. The pot was the issue that was drying, making it dry up too soon. Look at the roots. This is the best amount of roots I've ever had on any plant. So the plants always give some sort of a sign that something is wrong, and for this one it was the last inflow which so mysteriously dried up, and then the new leaf which was coming out so beautifully, and it was going to be one of my biggest leaves, and so I had left it all alone, not trying to disturb it, but it just died up on me. So I think the plant was trying to tell me a lot of stuff there. Okay, of course I'm damaging the roots a bit. Maybe I won't disturb it further too much now. Let's do the best possible and move ahead with that. This is like all roots. All roots, nothing else. This is amazing. I love it. This is my most favorite plant, and yet I couldn't take care of it, good care of it, but it's okay. Okay, so this is where we are at. I haven't really gone and washed the roots or anything. I have purely removed, shaked off all the dry roots, that the dry mix as much as possible, and I'm going for this tall 12-inch pot, which I believe is really good for anthuriums, and I'm just gonna sort of place it in here like that. That's what I'm gonna be doing now. This is my aroid mix that I always use. It's from Little Jungle. This is the official kind of mix, honestly, that I should have been using in the very first place. Just filling up the soil here and very gently, as gently as I can. Actually, I'm gonna put this in. Not sure if this is the right size and stuff, but let me just proceed with this. Okay, so I am back, and this is looking really good. So, of course, there's this whole layer of roots. I'll show you from the back camera actually in a bit, just in a bit. It's still dripping with water, and I shouldn't have gotten it here. But I'm just so happy I did this. It was a very impromptu task which was pending from a very, very long time, and I think purely for the matter of aesthetics of this video, and I do not want to do that because I realize I end up making so few videos because of this reason, that the light has to be right, the time of the day has to be right, and this is a video tonight which I'm doing around 9:30-10 p.m. and I am fine. I know you may not be able to clearly see the process of what I did, but that's fine because these are very simple things and I can always explain that to anyone who wants to know. So all I have done is I have removed my anthurium from red soil mix in a clay pot, which was really not a good combination, though I must admit the plant has done very, very well. Now I've put it in a plastic pot, which is a 12-inch pot, a deep one, which is what anthurium likes, and the roots are really good, though the little concern for me is that the roots have been sandwiched in between the soil, but I think it's going to be fine. It's just going to be good. The plant gave me a couple of signs that it needed something to be changed, and I'm glad I did it very late, so sorry about that. It's really the most important plant for me because it does so well. And yeah, that's all that I wanted to do. I have watered it with some Epsom salt added into the water, tap water, some trichoderma powder into it as well. And I think I poured a liter of that water into this, so it has good amount of those nutrients right now to avoid shock, which of course I have given tons to it right now. But yeah, that's all. This looks great. The whole table is wet right now with water. I have tried inserting a stake here to catch at least one leaf, and this is gonna go right back into my shelf. Before that, let me just show you a quick picture from the back end. So that's how it's looking. All the roots, there were tons of roots which are right now sandwiched in between. So I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Ideally they should be covered in soil and stuff, because there's a possibility they will dry out and rot, but we'll see. It is what it is. That's what I've done right now, and that's my beautiful plant. I will take it back into the shelf. So that's it for now. There are a couple of other plants like my philodendron Paraiso verde, which is also in red soil, and I can clearly see it wants out of that, but I'm unfortunately not left with too much soil for it. So I think I'm going to place an order for more soil, and when I'm back from my couple of days of leave, I'm going to try and transfer that into the soil as well. Now, I mean, I know it works fine with my plants, and there are a lot of updates on a lot of plants. So maybe before I go, I will try and do an update video. I'm not committing to it, but I will try. There are a lot of new plants which I was supposed to shoot as well, but that can be a separate video. Maybe there are a couple of plants which are struggling. My Hoya Hindurope is struggling. There are some new plants here which was meant to be a separate video, but it's not, and right now it's not doing so well. It's an auction plant, and there are some good updates, so maybe I'll try and do a follow-up. And until then, thank you so much for watching this one. Bye.